We live in a parallel universe with the current research on the connection between the social-emotional dimension of learning and academic achievement residing on a different plane from where we prepare and support educators and teach children, kind of like this. It's perceived as soft, and hence the lack of legitimacy. We need to acknowledge that teaching math, science, literacy skills is as much dependent on attention to the social-emotional dimension as it is to the particular materials being used or the amount of testing being done.
I went to school over 20 years ago, got my teaching credential. There was no mention of any social-emotional well-being of students. It was teach the curriculum, teach the standard. It doesn't matter, the kids don't have to like you. And that's what I was told, and that's how I went into the classroom. High school math teacher, very stereotypical. Yes, I'm going to teach you math, and I don't care if you like it, I don't care if you don't like me, but I'm going to make you like it. And I realized that I was not having any success, but I didn't know any better.
If you're going to deal with the social emotional issues, which to us were fundamental, students were disconnected, they were apathetic, they were not motivated to do well, or we couldn't find the right button to push. And so we really decided we had to deal with the cultural issues and the structural issues, so really both parts of that. And the cultural, I boiled down to this. We need to know on our campus there is an adult who believes in every child at that school.
Do we have a responsibility as a Title I low SES school to provide a certain level of education for kids? And we know that they will do much, much better if that personal relationship is there.
We had a student and he wasn't getting his work done. Well, how come he's not getting his work done? Somebody asked me this. I don't know. I don't know why he's not getting. I'm keeping him after school. He's in at lunch. He hasn't had PE in 6 years. I don't know why he's not getting his work done. So I went to his house, and it was my first home visit. And what I learned about that student from that one home visit for that 15, 20 minutes that I was in his house was amazing. It was an incredible change for me.
This evening, it's very affirming that when, we're from the university, and that's a good thing because we research and we write and we have titles and all of that. But when you get a bunch of smart and intelligent and committed people together in a room like this, good things happen. I mean, there's a thing called positive deviance, and you've seen that in this group of folks. The fact of the matter is that this is important stuff, and whatever we can do at the center to legitimize this material is what we really want to do.
We talked a lot about how important it is to know our students and know what their backgrounds are, what their home situations are. Just really knowing where our students are coming from so we understand if their attention is wandering, that they have, they're fighting for survival. Not the first thing on their mind isn't doing the worksheet.
A good teaching for 5 years will close the achievement gap. And he's seen that over the course of his career. But when you add great teachers who can connect with teachers, and even greater results occur, and everyone shared, well, that's what makes a great teacher.
People are so busy, they're plugging the children in front of the computer, and they figure that's it. They've forgotten the social-emotional piece. And just knowing as a principal that there are resources out there we can call upon to bring into the schools.
Really exciting to hear what everyone's doing, that the pendulum's shifting. Pendulum's shifting back to social and emotional well-being, and understanding that layered into everything else, it makes a huge impact. It is the impact.
I would like to share the PowerPoint presentation about this meeting with the attendees at next Thursday's P16 Council, because they are the policymakers statewide, and they just need to know that this is really serious.
Well, this is my second event that you've hosted, and again, I leave here much the same way, invigorated that we're not out there doing it by ourselves, that there really are other people who are engaged in this, because sometimes it feels so alone, so uphill, and get joy and satisfaction out of what we do within our own little walls, but to know it's bigger is really, it helps feed the soul.